What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for another exciting edition of Tiny MENG Tuesday, your live look at customizing, where we're chopping shop and talking shop for the next couple hours. As always, I'm your host, Diamond Dave Wheeler, aka Dave Wonder, aka the guy who legit cannot find a single one of his damn beanies today for some reason, but that's okay because it's rather warm in here right now. Joining me, as always, is the madman of Minneapolis, your favorite bean hater. That's right, it's Madman Matt Lind. What up, Matt?
Tuesday, babies.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
And then before I introduce our very special guest, I got to say a big shout out to the COJ in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for stopping on by. And with that being said, I'll introduce our very special guest, Chris HOYER. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
So for some of you who are big wrestling fans, you might recognize Chris from his time in the Squared Circle. And for those of you who don't, you might recognize him from his time on Known World United. Chris, if you want to give the folks a little intro, let the people know how awesome you are.
I am mediocre at best. No, I don't know. You
Humble. Well, you got that going for you.
Realistic. Let's. Yeah, I don't know. You probably, if you know me from wrestling, you know me as Lucas Calhoun, probably. If you don't know me from wrestling, you probably know me as Chris HOYER Show, because that's what I use pretty much everywhere else, I think. Either way, I'm tonight I'm here playing the role of a giant nerd because I'm a giant nerd, and I'm going to be painting some models.
Hell yeah! I was gonna say, so say we all. But
So yeah, since you are a first timer on the show, and this is the first time we've met, what is your nerd focus? I'm into action figures, comic books, stuff, a little bit of everything, but you know. So yeah, just I guess let's talk about what you're into.
It's really hard. I mean, it's really hard to narrow it down. I think probably if we're going simply by like sheer volume, probably gaming stuff. I'm a big tabletop gamer. I play a lot of like 40K, Warhammer Fantasy Battles, BattleTech, etc. Every time I move, the bulk of the boxes are plastic sprues and gaming paraphernalia. So
hell yeah.
I guess it's probably that, but you know, obviously, like there's I'm a super big comic book guy as well. As you can see from the thing. Big comic book guy, video games, all of it. I'm a big nerd.
Right.
Well, you're among friends tonight, Chris.
Absolutely.
Also, if you hear me refer to the COJ, that is the kind folks that are over in the chat on the side here. They are the consortium of jackasses. We tried to come up with something witty for the kind folks in the chat, and that's what we came up with. So I just shortened it to COJ, so you don't think I'm just talking about some weird cult, although they kind of are in the best possible way. But yeah. Oh, what up, Panther? How's it going? What's poppin', Loco? What up, Pender? Rum Hambles, Toy du jour. Man, the chat is popping rather quickly tonight. Thank you, Shaggy. That's the COJ crest right there with the beach skull. Because nothing says terrifying, you know, group of people like Skull and Crossbones with a bright neon pink beanie on.
I mean, I don't see the problem with it.
I don't either. Really not. They sell merch with it on it.
True.
Yes. So, as per usual, we're going to run around and just let folks know what we're working on tonight. We'll start with you, Chris. You look like you're trying to set something up right now, so I don't want to interrupt.
I was trying to figure out what the old Twitch stream looked like too, so I can make sure that I'm not looking like a total goon.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Or I make sure my workstation looks all right. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
So
look at that.
Beautiful. The couple things that I've got going on right now are I've got this Space Marine Indomitus chaplain that I need to finish up. Boy, my camera is real blurry. Details. This only call for the front. I also dove in today to my Leviathan Dreadnought on the ground. So I dove into this guy a little bit, real quick. It's pretty simple, like little Zenithal airbrushing and some of the new GW contrast paint. I mean, honestly, like where it is right now, this took me maybe 30 minutes to get to this point, which is not, you know, the red is not nearly finished. Needs some oil wash and to go through and do all these metallics and stuff like that. So I'll probably started on that today.
Nice. Hell yeah. Matt, what do you got cooking this evening?
Right now, I'm just painting up this Wolverine.
Hell yeah.
I know you did something similar, but since they're on clearance, I'm gonna give him. I ended up buying 2. So
nice.
They got me for the full price, but I do like the hot claws enough as a stupid thing that I'm gonna keep one standard. But anyway, so yeah, claws. I'll paint the shoulder pads. We'll do that. Open some stuff, and then I got a big pile of parts here that I'm going to work on, and hopefully get my bullet custom a little closer to done.
I was going to say Terry Bollea on a bender. Also, Rob is asking to Chris, is that a Dreadnought you just showed?
It is, yes. That's it is the Leviathan Dreadnought. Let's see. Let me get my camera back up.
Oh, and Ninth says camera is great, Chris.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're good. There
we go. Yeah, that's a Leviathan Dreadnought. I have been dragged kicking and screaming into starting Horus Heresy. I resisted it for a very long time, but this model is so cool. So yeah, I've got Leviathan Dread. It's got a little siege drill action and a ridiculous amount of autocannon for his arms.
It's looking good, man.
Yeah, we're working on some stuff.
That it is always one of my favorite things when we're doing these shows, see other people's workspaces, because I don't know. Some people will be like, this is messy, that's messy. I'm like, no, that's beautiful. That is a palette that shows you fucking work on shit all the time, and that's awesome.
Don't let me zoom out too much because my workstation, my whole area is just an absolute disaster zone.
Chris, let me make you feel better for a moment, okay? So right now, I got shit everywhere. There's decals down there. There's parts over there. There's paints over there. There's my drying station over there. So trust me.
Okay.
Tonight, you are among like-minded folks.
Definitely in good company then.
Oh, yeah. Also, I wanted to give a quick shout-out to Funtastic 5 members, Fanplastic 4, and Casting Cave, Corey, a.k.a. Casting Cave, for this beautiful job on this morph head. I finally was able to plop it onto this body. I posted it up on Instagram. Just wanted to give a quick shout-out to those guys because they absolutely killed it. So, yeah, if you haven't, try and get one of these morph casts. I know he's trying to pump them out while he can, so...
you have them up now? Does he have them up now, or?
He did. I don't know. They turn and burn so quickly.
Yeah, I guess I haven't looked at the last batch of extras he sent you either. So.
Shakes. I am working on a Brian Myers this evening to match a Matt Cardona that I customized for Broski earlier. And I actually need to go up and steal this because I literally just removed this from the package. And boy, I love Super 7, but god dang, these things smell sometimes when you take them out. But Nine says, we do not judge unless you do not paint the backs of your figures, Chris. Ooh, sharp jab at Robo. Oh,
yeah. We're all the way around painted. Even the undersides we get.
Hell yeah. Get that tape
from himself.
Also, the animated morph heads, as well as the Fanplastic 4 Colossus head sculpts, are both up right now on Casting Cave.
Painted?
Yep, painted. But I mean, it's not bad. $45.
Oh, I know. He does good work, but his stuff looks too good.
Well, let me check real quick.
It's all good.
Well, I did not go over to the unpainted section, so give me but a moment. It does not look like he is. Oh, hold on. I'm dumb. I always miss the next button. It does not look like Morph is up in an unpainted.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. So,
although I did just find 3 head sculpts that I really want to get. Damn it! Every time.
Yeah, that's why I don't check that very often.
Oh man. Yeah. Damn it.
Well,
it's gonna be
5,000. Where did you find Phantom 2040 episodes?
what?
Because I love me some Phantom 2040 in the 90s, and I'd be curious to see if it still holds up.
I know they actually released a DVD set of them.
Oh, I should probably pick that up.
I think that yeah. I think I got that at Menards of all places.
Well,
it's like
I'll be at Menards sometime soon anyway.
There you go.
A house.
Quinn. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, Ninth. Like and subscribe. Also, sending some good vibes out to our good friend Mitch Falcon.
Yeah.
He is dealing and prepping for the incoming hurricane. So send good vibes to our favorite AI. That's not an AI, but a I don't know. Every time it switches. Send some love to Mitch.
Mitch is cool.
Hell yeah. It is not a Spidey Panther 10. It is actually a Hulk head sculpt. And that Colossus head sculpt. They look fantastic, or dare I say fantastic. Ooh, excuse me. Falling down. Timothy Applegate is falling down a Storm Collectibles hole. My wallet says send help. Well, I'm sorry to say we won't be able to hear it because that is a deep hole.
Yeah, I've resisted all but the ringside exclusive Storm Collectibles figures so far, but they do some real fine stuff.
That they do.
That upcoming Minoru Suzuki is going to be just so excited.
Every time I see that thing, I'm like, oh, murder grandpa. I want it, you terrifying son bitch. Like, somewhere I like to imagine that Minoru Suzuki just occasionally will be like, I just made someone crap their pants. And then just like carry on with their day. But he both excites me and terrifies me.
It feels somehow wrong to try to like contain Minoru Suzuki to like action figure size. I mean, I'm excited for that as a concept, but it just seems so bizarre to me.
That is fair. On the terrifying toys front, I don't know if anybody else, they were going around Twitter today. The custom Buzz Lightyear and Woody with Tom Hanks and Tim Allen's faces.
Oh, dude, yeah! Shout out to ZW. He's a buddy. He did the one.
Those things are fucking terrifying, man.
I thought they were rad.
Well, they're really well done. I don't ever want them to exist.
Dude, I don't know. I love them. It's that thing that they're just ridiculous enough. Like it goes from being, oh, that's terrifying to what? Like, what is happening? Like, you show me Puppet Master stuff and I'll go, ha. You show me Tim Allen in a bright purple beanie, doesn't exactly, or a purple head sock, if you will. It does not instill fright. Now Minoru Suzuki as Buzz Lightyear, that would freak me out. Oh no! I dropped the glasses. Damn it! You ever work on a really tiny accessory and then drop it, and then the paint's still wet, but you have to drag it across your floor? Good times.
Yeah.
There's stormy hair all over it now.
Going down the chats here. 3M5000. If you just hit Fraternia up on Twitter, they reposted them earlier today. They're going around unless Dave wants to share them.
I will momentarily.
And then 9th, the thing in the box on my desk here, speaking of Buzz Lightyear, is this set that I grabbed because it's on clearance. So I'm going to open that up because I'm curious how it's going to scale with Legends.
I actually have the same one to
$12.
unbox.
I'm like,
oh man, they have them for 8 at
the figure for $12.
Huh?
What? Man. Oh well. If I decide I need more, I know where to go.
Exactly. Any Target that is out there.
Well, I mean, most of them haven't gone below 12 yet, so I wasn't sure if they'd go any deeper or not on those.
Pre-tourney is
Target hits that point at some point today, yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, these were painted up by ZW on YouTube. You can actually watch him sculpt the Tim Allen
at all.
Look at it.
No.
Look at him. Acknowledge him. The Tom Hanks' Woody's kind of adorable. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah, I mean, the Tom Hanks is the Tom Hanks.
Matt, now I just want to print this off gigantic and like paste it on your car.
Yeah, that's the one that really scares me.
Just Tim Allen going, hey.
And Dan Schade, who's a comic artist I follow, he posted the Woody one and said this is more Jeff Darrow than anything Jeff Darrow has ever drawn.
A little bit. I'm okay with that though. So Chris, you go by Chris Horror Show. I'm guessing you like the spooky stuff a little bit.
Actually, yeah. Well, yes. Every day is Halloween for sure. But funny, the Chris Horror Show moniker actually came from my first ring name when I first got into professional wrestling was Horror Show.
Oh, nice. Oh.
And I'm sure Minneapolis is the same way. But Richmond, when you are around the punk scene for long enough,
oh yes,
you are generally called by your first name and your last name is whatever band you play in.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Since I don't have, I have zero musical talent, and instead of getting into a punk rock band, I got into professional wrestling. I just became Chris Horror Show.
Nice.
Nice.
Knight says, did he say Richmond?
I did. Did in fact.
There you go. Can't sleep, Tim Allen gonna eat me. Can't sleep, Tim Allen. I was getting. Oh, Ninth says Virginia.
Yes, Richmond, Virginia. That's the one.
There you go. There you go. Ninth.
If you were a professional wrestling fan back in like the early 2000s, you may have seen Richmond Lucha Libre. Those were the shows that I used to run.
Hell yeah!
Back in the day.
I just like that Ninth is just slowly narrowing down. like Richmond? Yes. Virginia? Yes.
Oak Street? Number 4325?
That also makes me curious how many Richmond...
Are your curtains blue?
He done it again. Man alive, where the hell did I put that? Uh-oh. I don't know where I put my priming spray. Uh-oh. Oh, it's upstairs. Never mind.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to just... It was a simple one. I'll probably just call that.
Nice. Actually, because I moved the Sentinel into the backdrop, I have my Wolverine just chilling on the desk now because I'm like, I need to find a new home for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna once I dig up the alternate hands for the Love Triangle 3-pack Wolvie, I'll probably just use those on this one, though I do like the thicker claws.
I like some thick.
Don't know where they are right now.
Shaggy says, the state? It's just going to keep going down that rabbit hole. I says, hey, it's a crapshoot. You're good, Ninth. You're good. Just escaped a work Zoom NATO. Better late than never. What up, AVP? How's it going? On that note, I'm gonna leave. No, I will be right back. I'm gonna run upstairs and spray this up real quick.
All right.
BRB.
Bad time to take a drink. All right. Panther 10, you'll be happy to hear that I have a tab open for the Wolverine one shot with Mr. Shiv. So I'm getting closer. I'm circling. I will buy that comic and then I will make him. Okay. Are you still in Virginia? Have you?
I'm not currently. I was up until about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Then I moved out here to Salt Lake City.
Right on.
And now, here in the next, I would say within the next month, depending on how employment lines up, I'm actually going to be moving to Minneapolis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's, Salt Lake City was an interesting experiment that did not work out very well.
Hey, you got to try.
Yeah. I mean, like, nothing. A buddy of mine a while back told me, you can't win if you don't play, right?
Yeah.
Here we are. I tried it, but I always like Minneapolis. I got a bunch of buddies out there,
And now you have a few more.
Hey!
Sorry, I came in at an awkward time. That's my bad.
No. AVP, I check Instagram regularly, but I don't post very often.
That's true.
And that's mostly because I'm always way behind on customs, taking pictures of things. Ouch.
Oh. I will throw this up real quick. So I was lucky enough to score those Stranger Things Ninja Turtle sets, and this is dumb. It makes me so happy that Eddie can now have a properly scaled Walkman. I had the headphones up the other day or yesterday, and Oliver came in and said, "Wouldn't that hurt him?" And I went, "Oh shit, you're right."
I mean, depending on how loud he listened, yes.
There we go. Now he can rock out while he's on his morning jog, listening to his favorite Olivia Newton-John CD, her tape rather.
Yes, I got my bonus
Ooh, yeah.
Twitch streamer
Macho Man
Randy Savage.
Nice.
dig it. Oh, Brandon, hold on, I'm gonna pop you solo.
Smash that like button. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dig it. Elizabeth, would you subscribe to me? Tier 1, please. Let's see. Oh, that's great, Matt. I love it when I inevitably coerce people to do or make stupid, unnecessary shit. All right. Brandon is asking, anyone know of cool spots for figures in North Carolina?
I don't, but maybe somebody else in the COJ does.
And I know there used to be a couple cool shops in Charlotte, but
kind of works, but he's a little tall for me.
Oh, what part of North Carolina? Because there's Brothers Vintage in Burlington and Retro Toys and Collectibles in Cherryville. I just Googled it. Wilmington has a great shop. There you go. Oh, hold on.
Scale-wise, they're not bad. I'd say Hawthorne's better than Buzz. Buzz is a little tall. But I'll find a use for it. It just means I'm probably not going to grab any more of them.
What was that series called? Alpha?
Yeah, the Alpha collection.
Meanwhile, you can have the team up that everybody's always wanted: Red Guardian and Captain America. in the 80s. Actually, these do scale frighteningly well with light.
I do kind of want the Hopper in the 11. I don't give any craps about those turtles.
They're cool. They're gigantic, but they're cool.
Hey, where did you say in North Carolina?
I don't know. They haven't said, or he hasn't said what city.
Okay.
So that makes it a little difficult. Oh man, I love this hoodie because it's so baggy and loose, but at the same time, it makes me look like I weigh a bloody ton. It's good times. Batman says, and great beer.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Wilmington has a great shop. If it were a 2000s iPod, definitely it would hurt Eddie. Oh, I'm in Northwest North Carolina. Some may call it Mayberry, aka Mount Airy, North Carolina. It is near Stick in the Mud, North Carolina.
Time for some dremeling, I think. Maybe
Hopper.
like here.
Hopper and the Captain, Tuesdays at 8/7 Central. I like that. Probably more than I should. Now I'm playing that weird game of like trying to figure out which paints I should use for this figure because it's like it's such a specific purple that I need to paint that it's just like gotta put down my test strip again. You're a Dremel. Jesus says, "What up, Dave? What up, dude? How's it going, Jesus?" Hopper would be a cool Twitch.
It's true.
What the hell? Red Guardian has better hang time than Captain America does on Dave's shelf. It's true. I am sad that he finally fell down. That guy was up there for almost 3 months.
Wow.
Undisturbed even. It was pretty rad. Let's see here. Okay. I'm just gonna dive into painting this dude up, I guess. This will be weird. Ooh, Mixie says I'm working on a secret project. If I told you, it would be a sin. Oh, I see. Also, Mixie, thank you for the package. I got it. I did unbox it, or I did open it up to make sure everything came in intact. But I will show it off tomorrow.
Oh.
Well, it's not. I suppose I could do it tonight. I am waiting for this primer to chill the hell out. But now I got to remember where the box went. Damn it! Oh yeah, it'd be dangerous. Oh, I found a beanie. All right. Actually, the funny thing is, one of the things that he included in here was some more of the Mixie Dave Wonder universe. Here we have, actually, Chris, you'll appreciate this one. Your friend and ours, good old Gentleman Jervis, aka Kevin.
Hey, look at that.
Wow. We got Mr. Geeky as Total Ninja.
Nice.
And we have Dan the Man, aka Bitter Marks, as Dan the Turtle Man. Very, very cool. I did snap pics and send them off to their respective inspirations. So everybody got a kick out of those, I do believe. Oh, so guess who bought a mint on card unpunched vintage Ray Fillet on eBay the other night? Oh, that's right, this guy. Nice. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick looking, dude. Hold up. I'm gonna put you full screen. Whoop. Very cool.
It's coming along. I've been really abusing the GW contrast paints lately.
Yeah.
So putting down some kind of off-white base to roll contrast paints over because without them, I am a horrifically slow painter. Horrific.
Hell yeah, dude. That looks amazing. Also, right on, Brio. Now you can watch live. I know this package will be not up everybody's alley, and that's okay. But I cut a deal ski with Mr. Mixie in the chat. Also, he tossed in a Torito. What up, Torito? I am always for more Little People action figures in my collection.
Amazing.
That's rad. I will. Oh God. Oh, his ankle's really loose. Hold on. There we go. But I am an avid Ghostbusters fan, and I realized that in my display, I had the then of the original Ghostbusters looks from the Plasma collection. I had the now in the Ghostbusters Afterlife looks, but now I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I was missing the 2016 Ghostbusters. So there they all are, all together. So pretty darn stoked to add these to my Ghostbusters shelf. So, yeah. Thank you, Mixie. I appreciate it, dude. Comic says, oh, wow, only $50 for that Ray Fillet. Hell yeah. Forever Ghostbusters? But, yeah. Also, because these were Mattel, and I gotta say, the articulation on these were much better than the Matty Collector ones that came out.
I think they're about the same, but
I don't know. I have a couple randos of those, and I feel like these. I feel like the articulation was better integrated into the sculpt. I guess.
That's probably true. Yeah, they didn't do a great job with those.
But very excited. Actually, the likenesses are pretty darn good on these too.
Yeah, I was really tempted by those, especially when they hit clearance. But then by the time they hit clearance, I can't remember who, but some of them were like, it was like, oh, here's 2 of the 4, or 3 of the 4, but I could never get all 4. So.
Yeah, I found them a couple times, and I wasn't really. We were moving around, we were finding our new place, so I was trying to actively not buy more stuff, and I was like, damn it. But don't miss the little bits in the bottom. There's little bits in the bottom? Oh, there are little bits in the bottom. There's a pipe. Why does this look... Okay, that's Shredder, and that's 03 Casey, the 03 Casey Jones, right? Right on. Don't miss the Kimberlin bits. Right on. Thank you, Mixie. I appreciate you, dude. This is cool. This is actually the first Holtzman I've seen. Very cool. Yeah, the deco is spot on. Actually looks like my friend Affy. Kind of neat. What up, Mr. Ryan Clark? How's it going? They did not make a dumb Chris Hemsworth, unfortunately, but you can reenact that with a Thor Love and Thunder Thor. I'm just kidding. I love that movie, but he was kind of dumb in that movie. In the good, charming way, though, right, guys? Anybody? No? Okay.
It was a movie that happened.
That it was, Chris.
That's about all I got for Thor: Love and Thunder.
That's fair. No, I don't know. I enjoyed the crap out of it. I thought it was cool. I actually wanted more crazy Christian Bale to be a little bit more crazy. Oh, hi, Stormy. You want to come say hi? Up. Come on, up. Yeah. Better say hi to the nice people. I don't think Chris even got to see you earlier because you hopped up and then hopped down so quickly.
True. Oh, hey.
You do. Oh, hello, sweetie. Comic says maybe Norse gods get dumber the older they get. Ouch. What's that say about Odin? I found more bits and bobs cleaning and sorting stuff. Hell yeah. I'm all for bits and bobs. They always come in handy. Specifically the bobs. His acting in Love and Thunder felt like a scary movie spoof type style. A little bit. Ryan Clark, I liked Thor, but need more gore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's new live stream bits in the bottom. No thanks, Ingram. I'm not going with that. But I appreciate the input. Oh, shit. I don't know if this is a little too blue. You guys ever start painting something and then go, that's not at all what it should have been?
Almost 100% of the time. Yeah, I do that.
It's like I just hit that moment going, Oh shit. Also, painting over bright Mets orange. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. But here we go. Brian W. Now, do I look better playing jazz or listening to jazz? The single sleeper joke in Ghostbusters 16 made it tolerable. Thor's been a Skrull since the end of the first Avengers. I don't know if that'll go, but it's always worth a shot, I suppose. It is kind of funny that they could literally just be like, yeah, I don't really like this. Skrulls. Skrull the whole time. Which will be the biggest cop-out, but... I don't know. Right now, my favorite thing in the MCU as of late has been She-Hulk. I think that's been really fucking fun.
Yeah, She-Hulk has been super, super good.
I felt really bad because I got really angry with one of my buds because he's like, breaking the fourth wall is Deadpool's thing. I'm like, hold up. like let me take you down a peg or two.
I will say this though, the thing that has made me super mad about She-Hulk is that they did my Wrecking Crew.
Dude. Yeah.
I was when they I'm sorry, chat, if anybody hasn't seen it, spoilers. But like when they showed up, when they showed up, I immediately was watching. I was like, this can't be. It can't be. This is not.
I will be curious to see if they get another crack, if like they get a pseudo upgrade, if that makes sense. You know, because like the first time it's very much, oh hey, like this you know, we robbed an Asgardian construction worker, and I'm like, okay,
right. Sure, like, you know, I can understand, right? They're clowns for the most part. They get trounced just kind of on general principle, but
except for when they don't.
Yeah, I was gonna say they've had a couple where it's been like a couple battles where it's like, oh shit, they're formidable. When did that happen? Oh, what up, Tex? How's it going, man?
Valid, but like, I'm not even concerned about like, okay, you know, fucking She-Hulk threw the one dude in the stratosphere. Oh, that's fine. What I'm mad about is that like, as my buddy Ian put it, it looked like esports nerds.
Yeah,
you know, they didn't look like the Wrecking Crew, and that's depressing to me.
Yeah, I think it's cool that at least they're in the MCU. Because it was last week's episode, so I don't feel terrible about mentioning it, but there was a character that was the main focal point of last week's episode that I can safely say I never thought that I would see in the MCU. And he's a member of the Great Lakes Avengers. and I was watching, and when they start talking, and I'm just like, he reveals his name, and I was like, there's no fucking way, like this is happening. This is happening right now. I'm like, again, it's that moment of going, I takes what I can get. like just
it's wild. Like the MCU, like every time I turn around, there's somebody like on screen, or like they've got a whole feature that like I truly never in my entire like nerd life would have expected to see. Like I remember being floored that there's an Ant-Man movie. They made a whole movie of Ant-Man. I never thought I'd see this.
And all Red Stars in it?
Right. And now we're doing deep dives, and we've got Shang-Chi, like had an awesome movie. And I love Shang-Chi. Like, man, I'm super thrilled as a little like teenage nerd. And then also kind of concerned as an adult nerd that we're like getting a little too much.
I don't know. I'll ride this gravy train as long as it's going, because I know eventually it's got to hit a wall. So It's like I don't know. Yeah, like you said, the fact that we got a really amazing Shang-Chi movie that was important.
So good.
It's just like, hell yeah. Like, can we get another? We are getting another? Oh, what? Like, all right, cool. So, 305,000 says, my thing with the Ant-Man movie was that I found it stupid that it was Scott Lang who got the movie and not Hank Pym. I stand by this. I believe the reason that it wasn't Hank Pym is because he slapped Janet Van Dyne back in the day, and they just didn't want to deal with the press. They didn't want to deal with the fallout of.
And he's still around. He
is, but he's not. I'm saying that's why I think they went with Hank Pym or Scott Lang over Hank Pym. Is they were just like, well, Scott Lang never beat his wife.
Well, so, I've read a lot of Hank stories. I've got Tales to Astonish essentials. I've read me some Ant-Man. He's got some real bad villains. Mm-hmm. But Scott's a more interesting character than Hank. I'm gonna just say it.
I do wish Hank would have been brought in for Age of Ultron. I kind of wish that would have been the initial thing. He was somehow the catalyst of Ultron being made, but it's all good. Also, we need a team up movie for Wongers and Madison.
And I will say too, Scott Lang probably lends himself a lot more to like comedy leaning that the MCU really kind of goes for. If Marvel had kind of aped, or maybe not aped because they kind of went with it first, but if Marvel had taken that same kind of DC real playing it straight strategy with their movies, I think we probably could have gotten Hank Pym. But a little more jokey. Gotta be Scott Lang.
The only bummer part is then it would have been the DC layout of the movie multiverse.
Oof, yeah.
I don't know. I like the way that they introduced Pym and have him in the world. I'm fine with. It establishes that no, he was the Ant-Man. He was here for a long time, and I dig that it's like, oh no, he's already come and gone as Ant-Man. I kind of was hoping that we'd get I was kind of hoping we'd get a Disney Plus series of flashback stories where they got a younger Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne doing the stuff, doing all of the covert missions and shit, which I thought would have been cool. But I love the Peggy Carter show. But well. 3M says, I'm not an Ant-Man fan by any chance, but it would only be right for the first one to get the movie. They could have brought Scott in later on. True. Shakes the Clone says, what's the deepest dive in the MCU? Oh, man.
Let's see.
There've been a lot. Pym is too close of a character to read Tony and Bruce a little bit.
I would probably say the deepest dive is Death Dealer. Death Dealer appeared in 2 issues of Master of Kung Fu.
Yeah.
I would lean that way, or Mr. Immortal is the real recent pull, but that's a fairly deep cut.
Oh yeah, he's a real deep cut, but he's also been a fairly prominent character over the years.
I would say Gladiator and Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He's been all over the comics too.
That true. Well, okay, I feel like more people. Oh, okay, not the Death Dealer. I suppose that's true. Mixie says, "Holy cow! My wife just said the Madison joke, and she never even seen the show. Talk about viral memeing." Well, bet. The deepest dive was enhancement talent. I do wonder what Edgar Wright's Ant-Man would have been like. I agree with that.
Oh yeah, I would
have Throg.
Probably something in Loki that I'm forgetting. Well, I know that in Loki season 2, there's a scene in one of the universes that's at a movie theater, and there's a poster for a Phone Ranger movie. And Phone Ranger appeared in, I think, 1 issue of Marvel Age. and then got shot in the head. So that's about as obscure as I think you can get.
Speaking of the Loki TV show, here's the deepest dive: the fucking Thanos copter.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I mean, I love that thing.
Amelia was asking, do you guys do much customizing on Star Wars Black Figs? I'm having trouble with the ball joint in the neck. It keeps coming out with the head. I feel like that's a Hasbro problem just in general.
Yeah, I don't do a ton of Black Series customs, but for something like that, I mean, you gotta heat it up. I mean, that happens to me with Mattel WWEs. You really got to heat those heads up because the ball is so big compared to the head. I've like cracked so many torsos open inadvertently trying to get those heads off.
Yeah. Oh boy. Man, my gloss black is not gloss blacky enough. It is drying like matte. Not like you, but never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. Oh, come on, sticker sheet. Don't go falling down on me now. I was just thinking Thanos copter. Hell yeah, Gorilla Glue. I heard that in the 2024 Disney Plus MCU show Wonder, starring Dave, I see what you did there. Emilio says, good to know. I was like, did I do something wrong? Nope. You're doing everything just fine. It's Hasbro that's doing it wrong.
No, even though he didn't look anything like he did in the comics, Taserface is also a really deep pull.
Fun fact, Taserface was supposed to be a guest at Nerd Out Con 1 and 2, and he dipped both times. And it's like, damn it. That would have been really cool. Shit, how am I going to do this? You ever look at something and you try to reverse engineer it and it just don't work in your head? Because I'm hitting that wall at the moment. I have to, well, shit, I can't show it on the stream. Damn it! Trying to figure out which elevator or grocery store I was in when I heard the same background music. I don't know. It's YouTube Studio background music, so. The choice is yours and yours alone. It is very chill.
It is. Nothing wrong with that.
Chris, what is your favorite MCU TV show been so far?
Let's see here. Probably Daredevil, I guess. I really want to say like Iron Fist because I love Iron Fist. But like that first season where he couldn't fight was rough.
Yeah.
It's very disappointing. So yeah, I think I'd probably go that. I like WandaVision a lot. Because again, who would have ever guessed that we were going to see Agatha Harkness on?
Yeah, and then that she would prove popular enough to get her own freaking show.
Right?
I'm going to throw this out here. Also, that Agatha Harkness would be a stone cold fox. I mean, good Lord.
Okay.
That's like, when I heard her name, I was like, wasn't she the old lady who used to just kind of chill out at the Avengers Mansion?
Right. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I would, I didn't really like Loki didn't really grab me that much. Mostly because I don't really like time-related shenanigans as like like a storytelling device.
Yeah.
So when you start getting into like the whole TVA and that kind of stuff, it, like my eyes gloss over a little bit. But I think the payoff was great. I'm excited. I'm excited that we get Kang.
Hell yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, I think probably Daredevil followed closely by What If.
I loved What If. That is What If is like probably my favorite non like I don't know how to describe it. That's always been one of my favorite books.
Yep.
So it was that thing of having a TV series that followed that concept just was fucking everything.
And done so well.
Oh yeah. Again, just bonkers. The actress who plays Agatha is pretty fantastic in interviews. Oh hell yeah, she's amazing. Like just as a whole. Like I mean, that's yeah. She is a fantastic actress.
Oh yeah.
And again, she played Agatha in such a fantastic way that if you said that you knew like that's like what she was going for, I'd call you a liar. Because I mean she killed it. I don't know how else to put it. Rum Hamill says, I'm looking forward to Marvel Zombies right now. Mixie says Paul Bettany could play a human Jarvis in a Disney Plus show, and people would watch it. I'd watch it.
I mean, I would love something like that. We're getting tastes of that with She-Hulk, but I wouldn't mind here's the Avengers Butler, his TV show. What is his life like? Or like a Damage Control series.
Isn't Damage Control getting a series?
It might be.
For some odd reason, I thought they were.
It certainly wouldn't surprise me. I can't remember what they've all announced. But hey, how about that Deadpool news?
Oh boy! Oh boy! I laughed because I think I got it sent to me by like 10 different people.
60 times, yeah.
In 10 very different areas in my life. And all of them were just over the fucking moon. And I was like, that speaks volumes about someone's portrayal of a character.
Right?
Like, my mom sent me that link. I can tell you right now, I love my mom, but I don't think she knows. I don't know. I popped hard for it.
Right.
Yeah, I will be very curious to see what actually comes of that. Because I have a feeling that it might be a little trolley-olio.
I just don't feel like they would do that. But
I mean, okay, I should put it this way. I'm trying to think of a better way of putting it. Not like a troll in its entirety. Like we are getting a Deadpool 3, but maybe, it's Hugh Jackman, in a cameo role or something, like he's not actually coming back as Wolverine. I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited to see whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much we don't know that it's really, not worth worrying about.
Well, if there's one thing I'm not going to worry about, it's Ryan Reynolds. That man is a goddamn saint.
All right. Well, I've added arm and pant cuffs to Bullet. I was not going to do all of that originally, but the more I thought about it, the more I felt like he's just got kind of a weird outfit where it's sort of like a suit, but also it's like a onesie. And I really felt like I should just, try and get a little bit closer. So it's not just, I repainted a Vader.
Yeah. It looks dynamite so far, man.
We'll see. I mean, and I'm glad. I think the Hogan head is actually going to work pretty well. It looks a lot like the character, so hopefully once I repainted it, it'll look less distinctly Hogan. But I reserve the right to do some resculpting to kind of take it a little bit further away from him.
Right on. Deadpool definitely does fourth wall breaking better than Shulk in the film, at least. I don't know. Give her time, man. Give her time. In the release order, Deadpool 3 comes between Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. I think Deadpool 3 is the first incursion between worlds. That'd be cool. Oh, Goofballs, tagged you in the MWFP group, Dave. Mark had questions about those Christmas Star Wars figures. Oh, man. I should drop him a message. Also, thank you, Goofballs. I appreciate that. Oh, damn it. Oh, my dumb ass just grabbed onto the area of the figure I just painted. Or it's like, oh, damn it.
Done that. And it's
just frustrating. It's like, oh, I'm doing like a really glossy black. And it's like, well, I guess I'm going to start over on that. Oh, and you know what? Just because I'm going to get it out of the way before anybody comes after me for it. Speaking of which, I love you, Matt, and I'm sorry. Super cake!
Do you feel like a champion? Do you worry that you don't look like a champion? Try Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. At our state-of-the-art facility, you'll find wall art. Not one, not two, but a spectacular 3 cats. This thing. Top-of-the-line sewing equipment that Enhancement Talent has used to make Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. Let us take you to the top of the card.
So nice.
Oh, Lord.
So nice. I play it twice.
Do you feel like a champion? Do you worry that you don't look like a champion? Try Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. At our state-of-the-art facility, you'll find wall art. Not one, not two, but a spectacular 3 cats. This thing. Top-of-the-line sewing equipment that Enhancement Talent has used to make Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. Let us take you to the top of the card.
All right.
Oh, Lord.
So good. Jake says, I look like a champion. Tonight we have 2 things. If you catch my meaning.
All right.
So Chris, how long have you been playing Warhammer? Like, have you been in it since, like, you were a kiddo, or did you get into it later? Or
oh man, God, yeah, I think I started when I was 15.
I was going to say, much younger than that. You really don't have the disposable income for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, right. It was kind of around the time when I was hanging out at the gaming store all the time, playing D&D.
right on.
And then the miniatures were really like super cool. So I picked up a bunch, and then randomly met somebody who like was playing Warhammer, and since then it's just been a a real bad addiction. Yeah, and it's been a long time. I've seen many iterations of the game.
Right on. It's always one of those fascinating things because I know folks who have been in it forever. I know folks that only recently got into it, and are ass deep.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's always fascinating because like the funny thing about Warhammer is just like Matt was saying. My experience with it was there was a local card shop that also sold miniatures, and I had a bunch of friends who played. But like I never had the funds for it, but they knew that I liked customizing and painting. So like they'd just be like, "Hey, would you want to paint my army?" And I'd go, "Yeah." So that was how I got into Warhammer, was just painting other people's stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's really like there's some folks out there, some commission painters out there that make really ridiculous money painting armies because it's like the most time-consuming part of the hobby for people who who really just want a game.
Oh, for sure. Oh, what up, Michelle? How's it going?
Yeah, but it's wild how slippery that slope is. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know anybody that has been able to like keep like a middle ground on Warhammer. It's really like as soon as you're in, you are like neck deep in.
Well, that's what's always been, I don't want to say funny to me because it's not funny, but it's that thing of like, whoo, bullet dodged. Because like I think the game is fascinating, but the thing is like I had more fun putting together miniatures and painting them and getting them, up, just I don't know. It was always fun to go in and see like two of my friends' armies that I had painted, like going at it, and it's like, hey, all right. Like there was one bud who had, God, I'm trying to remember what the hell it was called. It was this gigantic robot from 40K. It was like a Titan.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to paint that sucker up. And I remember starting it by like priming it, spraying it black, and then like doing dry brushes for days on that thing. Like when everybody else is like sitting here with these nice brushes, like yes, now I must paint very delicately, yes, and like I pulled out one of these, and I'm like, let's go. Started attacking it with dry brushes.
I mean, truthfully, with some of those big ass models like that is probably the only way to go to really like get it done in a decent amount of time.
Comic says giant robots are called Megazords. No, I mean it was super damn fun, like to work on, just because there was so much, like getting those kind of broad strokes done, and then coming back around to like do the little intricate details. I mean, I think I spent like a solid weekend painting that damn thing.
Oh yeah,
it was fun. And there's part of me that's like, I would dread to see it now, having it been 20 years since I painted that thing. But I don't know. It'd be fun to take a crack at it again, I guess. But I don't even know if they have like new iterations of that anymore. Or I mean, okay, I know that they have new iterations of Warhammer. I don't know if they have new iterations of
specific. Yeah.
Oh man, if you're talking about a model from 20 years ago.
Well, just the Titan in general. So I know, there's always Space Marines coming out. There's always, certain ones coming out.
Oh yeah, I mean they've got a whole 40K army now that is not necessarily like full-fledged Titan size, but I mean, Imperial Knights are essentially like just marginally smaller than Titans would be on the battlefield. Well, that's not true. They're more in scale with 40K Titans.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean they've still got. In fact, like 40K. What's wild about 40K is that they've leaned like real heavily into these like really large centerpiece models.
Oh,
for
That's what I was kind of wondering. Is like, it's that thing of, you know, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Right.
Of like, this new one.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, just kidding. they're the same as they ever were.
Yeah. At the end of the day, right? Like, you know, I think a lot of folks, especially the ones who are like super, really like up to their eyeballs in the actual game, like, I mean, Games Workshop is a model making company first.
Yeah.
And the rules in the game are all kind of like secondary to that. So they're constantly putting out like newer, bigger, crazier kits.
Right on. Yeah, it's always that thing where I'm almost scared to look at Warhammer miniatures.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, I dodged that bullet. I got away scot-free. I got my fix, and I was able to walk away clean and clear. And it's just like, oh shit. Like my little brother, or my brother-in-law, whatever, I always call him my little brother. I've been his big brother for a long time. But he is big into miniatures and big into Warhammer. And every now and again, he'll be like, oh, I got this one. I'm like, I got to look up what that is. And I go to the website. I'm like, oh, damn it. Run away.
Like, and it's, you know, I try to tell myself the same thing, right? Like, I try to be sane about it and look at my pile of unpainted models and go, listen, I can't do more. I've got so much in my backlog right now. But then every time I turn around, they've got some new cool kit, new cool army, some new cool model coming out. And I'm just got me again, Games Workshop.
Yeah, I'm the same way with, like, when I get an idea for, you know, a custom and I buy the, you know, it's like, well, I have 50 of these yet to do, but I'm still going to buy the parts for this one because someday, maybe.
One of these days, Mr. Shiv is happening.
He's closer to happening than some. My problem is that I start stuff and never finish it.
That's fair.
That's my big flaw, I would guess I would say. Because yeah, this bullet I think has been on my bench for quite a while. I'm glad I'm getting closer. I think I'm over the hump with him. Now that I've found a head and figured out how to do these limbs, I think I'll be able to wrap him up. So, expect him to be announced this weekend.
This weekend at Hasbro Pulse. So someone messaged me and it was like, well, what are you working on right now? I go, why? And he goes, well, so I could know what to expect at PulseCon. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Like, I was like, oh, I'm ready to fight now.
That's how it goes, though.
Oh, I know all too well. Why my buddy Graham stopped commissioning me to make shit. I think legit, like there was a 3-year run where it's like I made him a custom Marvel Legends Gambit. Gambit got announced. I made him a custom, like, I'm trying to remember what figures it was because it was like 2 or 3 in a row where it's just like, oh yeah, you just put a lot of work into making that? Oh, that's cool. We're gonna release it.
I mean, Gambit, that's just, you're just being short-sighted there.
Oh, is that point with Hasbro where it's like, how have they not made a Gambit yet? Like, is there something against Gambit? Did
open the doors, though.
Yeah. Hasbro Pulse exclusive Beavers. So glad I repainted the McFarlane Kyle Rayner figure into his original costume. Damn it. Yeah. Oh, Michelle says my husband is a gamer as well, but his games are Fortnite, Call of Duty, God of War, and Assassin's Creed. Damn.
Yeah.
XX says, I hear that. I played my first game of 40K this week. Not played it since I was a teen. Let's just say I have already ordered some starter sets. Nice. Was it an Iron Spider? It was not. My wallet is dreading MezcoCon this weekend. Don't worry about it, because those figures won't come out for another 4 years.
Take your money for them now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I hit that weird point this last week where I was just like, wait a second, I have 2 figures on order from Mezco. because I went after that Ditko style Spidey because I'm like, ooh,
that one does look really nice.
Chef's kiss. I mean, it won't come out till like 2035, but I don't know. Michelle says, I have never understood the whole gaming thing with men and boys. I don't know. I know just as many female gamers too. So I don't think it's gender bias. Do you play any of the Warhammer 40K video games? I'm not going to lie. I didn't know there were Warhammer 40K video games.
Yeah, I played Space Marine on the Xbox. That was great. It was a super awesome shooter. And they've got an Inquisitor game. I forget if it's out or if it's coming out soon. That looks really awesome. And because I love the weird, esoteric, deep stuff from 40K lore, I'm all about anything Inquisition related. I kind of want to like give it a look, see. But I haven't played any of their like. They've got like some real-time like strategy games. Those aren't really my jam, so I haven't really tried those guys out.
I guess if you're playing, the physical game, you're in a similar space.
Right.
Right.
I'd much rather have that, like, part of the appeal is like obviously like that face-to-face like hangout time.
Yeah.
Gaming. So.
Well, Chris, when you get into town, we'll have to hit up the Fantasy Flight Gaming Center, because that is the jam.
Yeah, when I was out there visiting and kind of like looking at where in the city I was thinking about moving. I saw they had. I wasn't able to go check it out, but like I saw they had like a whole compound there. Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, they're based here, so.
Yeah, and I know more recently because they had been bought by Asmodee, and then it sounds like the original owners are kind of taking Fantasy Flight back now, which is good.
Oh.
So that's pretty rad. But yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of cool places in town for gaming and whatnot. We have the Source Comics and Games. We have. We have Hot Comics does card games. We have places like Level Up.
Is there still the Games Workshop store out in Eden Prairie?
Yep, and there's a bunch of really cool gaming shops around. Also, Emilio asks, do you like the Warhammer branded paint?
I do. The thing that I don't like about the Warhammer branded paint is the containers that they come in. So like the thing that kills me about it, right, for instance, this is all Games Workshop stuff right here, and they've got this little like flip top, which is awesome, great, but like it's real prone to like you get paint crammed up in here and it'll dry out. Plus, it's like when you're custom mixing stuff, it's way easier to take like Vallejo dropper bottles.
Yep, and
I can hit a couple of these. So what I'll do a lot of times when I'm less lazy is I've got empty dropper bottles that I just bought from Amazon, and I switch my Games Workshop paints into these dropper bottles.
That is smart.
Yeah, so that I can use them like that. But I will say this: the real revolutionary thing for me recently from Games Workshop has been like the contrast paints they do. I mean, like, it's such an incredible time saver. I'm telling you, like, this, like, Leviathan Dread, like the base painting on it, like of the red, it literally was probably 30 minutes of priming, hit it, primed with the airbrush, and then went in with the contrast, the new contrast ball red. And like it's already shaded to an extent. I'm gonna go over top of it and do like an oil wash over it, kind of like deepen shadow and stuff like that. But like, truthfully, like there would be nothing wrong with like slapping a few additional colors and just putting it on the table. You know,
Yeah.
Contrast paints are just like such a massive time saver.
Sure.
It's really changed my entire like painting.
Yeah, dude. Sometime I'll have to get you on with my friend Angela. She goes by Hobby Night here on YouTube, and she is a Games Workshop paint master when it comes to that shit. She is absolutely amazing at that stuff. And it's I don't know. She has a bunch of really cool tutorials on her channel that I think you might dig.
Oh, yeah.
I think I've probably bought more Games Workshop paint because the stuff I already bought dried out than because I needed a new color, which is unfortunate. But it is really nice.
Those paint pots dry out so I think it was last Tiny Ming. I think I threw out 3 pots because it was just a chunk of plastic. Like it just had completely set up. It was like, well, crap.
I mean, like I run into that a lot with like a lot of Leo stuff too. Like I've got Leo paints, their bottles are years and years and years old that have just dried into bricks. But it's just a much worse issue with Games Workshop. And I mean, like, I don't understand. I mean, I'm sure like there are people out there who like claim kind of malicious intent as to why they won't, switch over to the dropper bottle style, which people are like clearly like clamoring and asking for. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure why they don't do it.
I mean, at this point, I think the only reasonable explanation is that they know it makes people buy more paint.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Because you could do a screw top, just as easily, or a dropper bottle or something.
Comic says, I really enjoy customizing the McFarlane figures since they're cheap, and I have so many DC figures already, but come on, man. Can I please get a perfect Kyle Rayner? Mixie says, yeah, I have a ton of the DC UC, and it's spin-off lines, but McFarlane is its own thing. Technic says, is airbrushing hard to master? I'm a bit of an old-school brush guy and a little scared to try it out.
I wouldn't say it's, no, it's not good. Master, yes, probably. To get competent enough to use just real basic make your life easier way. Nope. It's super easy. Honestly, and as I do with pretty much everything, like I started before I even bought my airbrush. I watched probably 20 hours worth of YouTube tutorials and read a bunch of articles about exactly how to do it. And yeah, really, I mean, even if I use it for nothing more than just climbing models,
it's perfect.
Right. Just being able to, for instance, on something like this, right? Like on this dude, I don't know if you can actually even see this, if my light's too bright or not, but
here, hold up. I'm gonna put you full screen, Chris. 1 sec. Boop.
But even on something like this, right? Like this dude's power sword, this is literally just I put primer down and hit it with the airbrush in here. When I go over it with one of these contrast paints, it's gonna look like it's got to glow, by itself. And it took me, realistically, it took me no time, relative to trying to do it with a brush.
Yeah.
Well, you feel a lot more even.
Nickel Nostalgia says, no lower back tat for Matt. Respect.
No, not at all. No tattoos. Never been able to decide on anything.
No, that's it, Chris. You're totally right. I mean, airbrushing is one of those things that I feel bad to say this, but I can't wait till my kids get a little older because I have an airbrush and my compressor is just loud as shit. So I can't really use it on this stream or at all because it scares the crap out of the kids.
Well, I've got one. I just haven't tried to use it enough, which I need to start doing because I hear that.
It is a lovely tool.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you get it for?
Yeah, it didn't work so well for that, or at least I wasn't able to get a good handle on it. But painting on fabric, I mean, that's a skill, especially doing anything like with actual detail. I only used it the once, but yeah, that fabric airbrush paint. Oh man, what a pain in the ass that was.
It does. All the armies. Knight says, I just gotta stop smoking so much weed. Jesus. Mixie says, see, it's a Games Workshop conspiracy. You buy more minis to use your paint before it dries out, then you run out of paint, and the cycle repeats itself. Yep. Higher up at Games Workshop.
You think though, like somebody at Games Workshop, and like I'm going to give Games Workshop credit where credit is due. Like over the past, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years now, they've really turned around from how they used to be as a company.
Oh, definitely.
In terms of like they no longer, it no longer feels like they hate their fan base. But
which
like
is good.
everybody was shocked, and I spent even more money because I was excited by it. But like you would think, just with the amount of competitors they have on the market now, who use dropper bottles. I mean, dropper bottles are pretty much a universal constant in every other paint manufacturer. That they would pick their head up and be like, "Hey, maybe we should do a thing."
I feel like they don't do it just to spite everyone. It's like, haha, we're not doing that thing that saves people time and money because look, we're Games Workshop, we're different.
That is certainly fair. I mean, they've got a whole there's something to be said for their having an entire captive audience just in the Warhammer branded stores.
Yeah.
Which in its own right is pretty damn impressive.
Truly.
Like, you have a what now? You have a whole store dedicated to just one of your projects or one of your IPs?
When I started playing this game, I had to buy my miniatures in a shop that was hazy with cigarette smoke.
Yep.
And now you're telling me that these people can just walk into the Games Workshop store?
I always remember going into the shop that I went into to play cards, and that also had a bunch of the miniature stuff, and it was hazy from not cigarettes, but it was just that thing of A, they sold a lot of candy bars, B, they had all these miniatures, just racks upon racks upon racks of them, and it was just always that crazy thing of I don't know, it's that weird thing of it played into so many stereotypes looking back at it, but at the same time it was man, that shop friggin' ruled. And now it's a microbrewery. Games Workshop just got a really good deal on the bottles and have almost finished off their original order.
Oh no, they had they actually had the screw top ones for a while where it would also flip open and dry out.
Mm-hmm.
I was always too lazy to unscrew them.
I will always remember the bottle of yellow I had in college, because in Savannah, Georgia, it's hot. It's very hot. And the yellow sat and it just basically got baked in the sun. But when I opened it up, it was still elastic enough that it literally pulled out of the actual bottle part clean as one plug of plastic paint attached to the roof. Or attached to the lid. I was like, what? Cyber Jedi, you did not. I actually could not find the figure I was going to do that for, but I will. I'll just send you a message with a couple of pictures for how to do that. Easiest way is just to basically. So, if this is the joint, and this comes into here, and then there's a pin going through that. Basically what I do is I cut one edge of the pin, and then you can pop it up slide it off, slide the other pegged hand in, push it back down, you're good to go. I'll send you some pics later on once I can break down one of the figures. The yellow wasn't the only thing that got baked in that dorm room. Oh, yes, it was, because I was an RA. Looking at the wall of Reaper Minis at my local game store always makes my head spin. Yeah. Reaper and Bones and all. There's so many cool companies making so much cool shit. But yeah, I don't know. And actually, now Chris, I know you're working on Warhammer models right now, but do you ever delve into other mini brands?
Oh, absolutely. Let me see what I got here. I probably have some stuff kicking around. Let me find. Yeah, I mean, like, so right here is a BattleTech model that I just kind of like am most of the way finished up with. I'm trying out a new color scheme. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Got a few more of those guys, just kind of like more BattleTech models kicking around. Let's see, getting into my case here. So I got a couple of buddies of mine gotten into. We started playing this game called Gaslands, which is basically like a post-apocalyptic car combat kind of game.
Cool.
Is that the one where you can modify like Hot Wheels and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Right, and that's this, right? Like we just kind of get in and we just kind of mess around with Hot Wheels and make them look cool and post-apocalyptic. And it's a super fun game. I love that game a ton. Let's see.
Ooh, Robert says, I think my Ein from Cowboy Bebop is arriving from BBTS tomorrow. I like that.
I think most of my painted stuff at the moment is GW.
Right on.
But my buddy just sent me. Hang on, let me run grab some stuff.
TexX says, it's crazy how big Games Workshop are now. I remember when I was a kid, I had to trek to London to get my minis. Now there's pretty much an official store in every town in the UK these days.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. Also, 9th. Well, we'll wait for Chris to get back. 9th, I second that. F yeah, Hot Wheels. Oh man! Remind me, Matt, after the stream. I gotta get your opinion on this other figure that I'm working on.
Okay.
I can't show this one on stream, unfortunately. Got a BBTS notice on Mayfek's Secret Wars Spidey. Dave, did you get in on that? Secret Wars Spidey? Which one's the Secret Wars Spidey?
Black Suit Spidey?
Maybe?
A new Mayfix Black Suit Spidey would surprise me, I guess.
I didn't even know that went up for order, to tell you the truth, but it's Mayfix, so who knows?
Yeah, so I've got a buddy who works at Bethesda, and he sent me a ton of like the Fallout miniatures.
Oh hell yeah!
Game stuff. So I've got these on my eventual to-do list, and I started picking up a game called Gamma Wolves, which is basically it's a miniatures agnostic giant mech combat game, which is cool because I finally found a reason to paint up my my dust models. I love these, but the game has gone through 48 iterations, and
Jesus,
nobody plays it. But the models are just so cool that I want to paint them, and now I have a reason to.
Nice.
Yeah. So
awesome.
I got a ton of stuff. Way too much.
For Gibbons, I did not get in on that Mayfix Black Spidey. Then I got the retro buck one, and I was like, all right, I'm good. Nine says the Spide's nice. Oh, I got an itch on my back. Fallout Minis versus Fallout Boy Minis. Who's in? Jesus. That would be a very, very short combat session. Just throwing that out there. But now I want to draw it. Ninth Archer was asking earlier, Chris, what you think your best work is as far as miniatures go.
Oh man, I don't know. I probably am leaning towards. I think I probably would lean towards this guy. This man, again, my light is very bright here. I'm sure you're getting a lot there. But this is, like I was talking about a little bit ago, the Imperial Knights. This is like a kind of a small version of a knight from that army. And I got to have a lot of fun with like this stuff in here. I put a chipping medium.
Oh, nice.
The paint layers over top of like metallics, so it looked like it comes through and gets some battle damage. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out overall. I've got some small details I need to kind of like. There's a stubber that's supposed to go up here, and I need to like finish up this little lens right here. But I mean, on the whole, I'm pretty happy with it.
Ninth says yes. The two-tone paint is nice. Also, Dude Retro said, did you hear that G.I. Joe Classified is going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive outside the U.S.? Wow, I did not actually.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me. G.I. Joe's always had a tough time
in the international market.
Yeah.
I keep debating the figure arts movie Deadpool, but I already have the Hasbro. I mostly want the hands and expressions. And I guess you'd go with the figure arts. Nothing against the Hasbro, but it has an expression. It's neutral. Which I thought it'd be cool if that they had tried to do something there, but
well, we'll see now that we're getting more Deadpool.
Yes. Oh no. No. I'll see if I can clean this up.
I do feel sorry for the international Joe collectors. I've got a friend in Ireland who's been collecting. So.
Oh no.
Hopefully, Pulse is able to stock everything in decent quantities. I don't know how their prices compare to retail over there or any of that, but it is unfortunate. I'm glad that they're still giving people an option. Hasbro wouldn't be going this route if they, if there was retail interest enough to keep it going. They would much rather do that because it's less risky for them.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely get it. That is a bummer. Oh yeah, and the international Joe collectors have lost their minds. Yeah. Try plus Hasbro equals doesn't always compute. Speaking of G.I. Joe, I bought Storm Shadow from Amazon for $30 and some change. The bad thing aside from the price is that I won't see it until Thursday.
Oh. The standard classified one? I'm assuming not the movie one, because you definitely overpaid if you got the movie one.
Yeah.
But that figure's real nice.
Here's a random question. Do International Pulse members get the free shipping? That I don't know.
I would think they would probably have an option over there for that, but,
Super Spike says, you got to be your friend's dealer now, Matt.
It is not cheap shipping stuff overseas.
No kidding.
I had sold some stuff to somebody in Belgium, and I was like, "Ooh, damn!" And he's like, "Yeah, that price sounds fine." I'm like, "Really? Okay."
Oh yeah.
If you're sure.
I was part of that deal. If I'm thinking of the right one.
Yes, I haven't shipped anything else to Belgium.
You never know.
That's true, but I haven't. So
Tex says, yeah, not happy about Hasbro's latest choices on what they are doing with Joe Line. Yeah. Ryo says, I kid you not, in our toy store here, it's just full of the Pimp Destros. Oh, shit.
Yeah, that figure definitely did not do as well as I think they hoped it would.
3M says, yes, the actual Storm Shadow, not the movie one. That looks like a generic ninja. No 88. He's an
figure, but yes, he's not particularly interesting. And he's off-white, which bothers me.
Which one?
The movie Storm Shadow. He's kind of like...
Oh, yeah. He's very yellow.
Yeah, it's a good figure, though.
Mm-hmm. Ninth says, someone say waffles? No, no one said waffles.
Oh, I said Belgium.
I see what you did there.
Uh-huh.
Also, I did find the other day when I was cleaning up my parts bin, I found the rest of the pieces for 2 more pit droids. So 2 more have joined the army.
Nice.
Just hidden amongst the minifigures there. Hey guys, what glue do you use for hair pieces? I try one and it melts.
What type of hair piece, I guess, are you talking about?
I use this guy right here for probably 90%.
Yeah, this is mostly what I use.
Which is also Loctite. Becky said, hey, look, me. What was shocking was the brand manager didn't even know about the overseas change until after it hit the net.
Well, the people who actually make the stuff may not be involved in the marketing or distribution.
Yeah.
Or at least...
Wait, Tamia hair? What? Like, oh, because you have... Did you paint the underside? I'm just trying to French vanilla Storm Shadow.
Yeah.
Quebec diorama. I don't know. It's the Spider-Man bunny girl on a Shriek head. Yeah, this Loctite either Loctite should work fine for that.
I haven't had any problems with that at all, so that's definitely what I would recommend as well. All right. Well, he's got feet and hands, and
look at that.
I bulked this chin up a little bit. I'll probably have to tweak that as I paint it up and see what it looks like. But so yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is coming along. It's looking more like Bullet.
Rob says, where I source my hair from is none of your business, Matt the Fuzz Lind. Oh, Brandon is saying Tamiya glue. Okay.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. I haven't used it, so. But there are glues that'll do some work.
Emilio says the movie Storm Shadow looks like he's made of white chocolate. Oh, Texex says it sucks. It was my #1 line. It's just going to make them harder to get over here now. So we will see where it goes. Anyway, also Pulse members here in the UK do get free shipping. Nice.
Well, yeah. Hopefully their prices are reasonable and they stock them in decent numbers for everybody over there. It is a shame that it's just limiting everybody to one avenue.
Well, I think that's just it too. It's gonna restrict. Okay, if the market's already restricted,
yeah,
it's not gonna help anything. You know what I mean? By the way, the Batman 66 villains layer scales so much better with 1/12 than the Batcave. Well, that's good.
That's a low bar. Because that set did not scale at all, but I'm glad that they improved it. I did see a picture today of some of the DC Direct animated villains with that, and I was like, "Oh, that looks pretty good." Are those some 4-inch Batman animated figures that I didn't know about? But apparently they were the real deal, and they just fixed the scale.
Huh. Oh, I was listening to the show in the car, so when you said bullets, I thought of Dick Bullets. Now that I see it, I realize it's Daredevil's bullet.
Yes. From the, I'd say it's underrated at this point, and the Seti and John Romita Jr. run on the title.
That's fair.
Forgotten a little bit. It was really good.
All right, I think I figured out my formula for making the perfect color mix.
Nice.
Now, the trick is I need to find an empty pot so that I can mix a buttload of it. because I know I'm going to have to do like multiple passes. Because it's a brighter color on a dark color. By the way, the Batman 66. Oh, never mind. Why did that pop up as the late? StreamYard, what are you doing? Oh, what the heck? We lost heel turn. Why do we lose heel turn?
What? Oh.
I don't know. Heel turn just. I looked up and there was a red check mark or a red X next to it, and I'm like, what does that mean? And I guess it hasn't. Woo, hasn't been on there. Lovely. Oh damn, Chris, that looks sharp as hell.
Yeah.
Ooh, thanks, man. Coming along. We'll get some oil wash and non-oil shading in there. Make it look more decent.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I saw you put it on the silver and it just popped. So I was like, oh damn. Mixie says, because the universe hates you, Dave? What is it? Why? Oh, because of the villains lair? Whatever. I don't care. I was tempted, if I could have found another one of those bat caves for like dirt cheap when they were clearancing them out, I was going to grab one to basically upscale the one that I have. But I never saw one on clearance, surprisingly enough. Oh man. And then these guys I primed, but I did not get to because the green that I was going to use as my base dried up. So I have to get back to these guys next week. Yeah, I just got notified. Heel turn. F it. We'll do it live. Awesome. No, because StreamYard kicked you out of heel turn. I don't know why, though. How expansive do you guys think the Indiana Jones line is going to be?
They're already talking about it being stuff from the classic movies, so I think they're going to... I mean, are we going to get, like, everybody? No. But, you know, if they've had a toy in the past, I feel like it's a pretty reasonable... I think we're reasonably can expect figures of them now.
It'll be interesting. I'm curious to see how hot and heavy they go from the gate. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Nine says 3 waves. Super Snake says, I found Black Adam with the throne today. Not gonna lie, I pretty much bought it because I want to see if it works for the throne for Potassius Peels or something. Expansive or expensive. We will get more starting lineups than Indiana Jones. Ouch. I don't know. With the amount of people I've seen complaining about the starting lineup stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's somewhat justified. I wish they had 2 versions of the figures where maybe like one didn't come with an NFT and was like $20 cheaper or $10 cheaper.
Get rid of the extra. You don't need to stand with every figure.
But
it just seems like here's a bunch of extra crap. So
yeah. Well, and that price is up there.
Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous.
And you talk about Pulse exclusives. That one, at least, I am grateful that is a Pulse exclusive. The Indiana Jones line only goes as far as the new movie and the first 3 movies. The 4th movie will be ignored.
I'm okay with that.
Dude, Will Smith did play for the Lakers. Yeah, but on Facebook, the starting lineup are being promoted by fanatics and the sneakerheads, and sports guys are pretty stoked based on that.
Oh, well, I mean, I hope that for them to, I hope they find success. NFTs are freaking stupid, and they don't need to be there. But I'm, the idea of new starting lineups is interesting to me in a general sense. I had no intention of really buying any other than for parts, and I'm definitely not doing that at that price.
Yeah. Kind of prices you out of it. We're not the target market for starting lineup. The shoe collector and card collectors are. That's fair.
Yeah.
Again, it's that thing of I think it's interesting that it's coming back in the way that it's coming back, because whenever I think of starting lineups, I always think of it as a very accessible line of toys. Like there were always starting lineups on the pegs. There were always starting lineups at card shows and comic shops and everything. Like, do I think they'll eventually expand into other sports? Maybe.
Oh yeah.
I'm much more of a baseball dude, so like I would love to see that. The thing is that like again, my brain goes to like more of the classic, like all stars or like Hall of Famers. I would love a Kirby Puckett, but I don't think we're gonna get a Gary Gaetti. So.
I just want them to do a football wave so I can make a Super Pro.
Priorities. Clear.
I got yours, I've got mine.
Hey man, I got nothing against the Super Pro. Speaking of Super Pro, we are down to the final 10 minutes, fellas. So I figured I would pitch it around. Chris, I want you to hype the shit out of where folks can find you. If you got anything fun coming up, let people know how awesome you be.
Well, like I said at the top of the show, I'm pretty much mediocre at best. These days, I'm not really as active in the professional wrestling world, mostly because I'm a million years old and things never really. Whoops, what am I doing here? Here we go. Better. Yeah, things never really, pick back up steam after COVID. So if you want to follow me, my Instagram is Chris_horror show. You can find me on Twitter at that old juke joint. And as far as stuff coming up, really everything's kind of in a holding pattern until I finish moving sometime, hopefully in October. And then the next thing on the horizon that is super cool is going to be at GalaxyCon in Columbus, when I'm going and wrestling for FSCW there. You can come see me as Wreck-It Ralph. That's weird. That's about it.
Wreck-It. Hell yeah, man. And all the social media links are in the video description below too, so make sure to go over and like and follow Mr. Chris there. Matt, what do you got coming up, man?
Prep school on Sunday. Can't remember. I think we're working on Down Outlands this weekend. Next week, we're supposedly going to finish that Star Wars game, which means it'll hopefully be on the internet for Extra Life. And I think next Thursday is Ben's got something special planned. So
Neil is asking, Matt, when is Star Wars airing?
We got to finish it first. We still have at least one more session. Given our track record, it's probably going to be more than that. But
fair enough.
So yeah, but yeah, catch me on Sunday at No More United here every Tuesday.
Right on. And you can find me right here Monday through Wednesday. Mondays is Let's Talk Toys, which is toy news, toy chat, and much, much more. Tuesdays is Tiny Meng Tuesdays, where it's Chop and Shop and Talk and Shop for 2 hours live right here on the Dave Wonder channels as well as Heel Turn. And then tomorrow will be a little gripping and ripping as well as a room tour. So I got to get my butt in gear because I got a lot of work I got to do tomorrow. But real quick, I wanted to throw out a big old thank you to the chat. Much love to the COJ. What up? Thank you so much for giving. Shaggy, Super Spike, Ninth. We got everybody in there. We got Michelle in there. We got Toy Du Jour, Fortnite, 3M5000, Rum Hambles, Tex Hex. Thank you always for being part of this stream. It is always more than appreciated for y'all swinging by. Thank you so much, Chris, for coming on here. Anytime you want to come chop shop and talk shop, dude.
Yes.
Doors open, bro.
Thank you guys for having me. It's a ton of fun.
Hell yeah. And Matt, thank you as always. Even though that you hate beans, I still love you, my friend. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, chat. And as always, much love from Minnesota. And good night. And send some good vibes to Mitch. Seriously. I hope you're safe, my friend. All right. Later. You say 3, Shaggy, but you're wrong. I'm only going to come back twice. Ha ha!